Hi, my name is Utsu, and this is my submission for Titanfall 1 Tutorial 100%. So, the Titanfall 1 run, Titanfall 1 never really had a campaign, essentially. So if you ever wanted to do anything speedrunning-wise with it, you had to do the tutorial, which was about 10 minutes. But all 10 minutes of it are super movement-packed, and it's really fun to watch. So essentially what you're going to be seeing me do here is just some quick basic stuff, just like mashing enter to get through that dialogue box, looking at those lights when it tells me. For this whole next part, I'm just going to be running forward, so I'm just going to explain some quick mechanics real quick. So Titanfall 1 runs on a modified version of Source, so that means it has a lot of fun, cool momentum things, and it also has bee-hopping, which is short for bunny hopping, which is essentially jumping as soon as you land on the ground to maintain all of your momentum. So you're going to be seeing me look down here, and that's essentially because I want to avoid something called a mantle, which is where I pull myself up, much like you're about to see here. And I don't want a mantle because it's slower. Now you see me jump into there because when you jump you get a slight speed boost, but when you land you get a slight speed reduce. So here, you're going to be seeing one of the main mechanics, wall running, and every time you jump off of a wall, as soon as you land on it, you get a short burst of movement, depending on how quickly you manage to jump off. And here I'm going to go and crouch as I land, so I can just glide right through here. Or here I'm going to be doing basically the same thing that I did last time, jumping as soon as I land on there, and maintaining my momentum with bunny hops and such. Sometimes the game doesn't like to cooperate and will trap you in certain geometry and such, but usually you can get around that pretty fast. Another wall mechanic with wall running is if you jump off a wall, as soon as it ends, you also get another boost, like here. And here, this is showing off another mechanic of the game, which is double jumping, which is obvious. So there, I jump up there and use a wall run to avoid mantling, which is obviously faster. And then you saw me do the edge boost, essentially, to throw myself into the little portal. Okay, so here, as I said, sometimes the game is run online. You need an internet connection to run it because everything about Titanfall 1 was online. There was no offline experience. So you can lag in the tutorial, but as long as your internet is semi-decent, at least, then you'll be fine. So that was actually the hardest trick in the game. It's a really narrow hole that you have to squeeze through there, and if you can get it, then you're basically guaranteed a decent pilot section if you did basically okay at the rest of it. So here it's just going to be showing me some basic combat things. Here it's going to want me to melee this guy from the back to do an execution. But what I do here is I run it from the side and kick him, which is faster because the execution animation takes 3 seconds and the kick animation takes 1.5. So here I'm just scrolling my wheel and mashing reload to pull out the pistol. This here's the smart pistol. It auto aims. It's the worst gun in the entire game. So here I'm just going to be going through here and shooting as soon as I can and just doing what it tells me to. I can't do anything cool and movement related here because it basically it disables wall running and double jumping. I don't know why it did for here, it just sort of did. Oh yeah, here I'm just going to be doing what the tutorial tells me to do, just killing this pilot as fast as I can. And then I'm going to be doing the thing that you saw me do in the beginning of the game where I jump into here for the slight speed boost. So here you're going to see me shoot my gun and then immediately aim down sights. That makes it so he doesn't teach me how to aim down the sights of my gun and doesn't congratulate me for using only one mag for this. If you only use one mag, he takes forever to be congratulations, you only used one mag. This is being put down on your examination or whatever. Here, this is a really easy portion as long as you're looking in the general vicinity of the hole, then the grenade will go in. So here, this is also a pretty straightforward section. I'm gonna have the smart pistol. I'm just gonna have to kill about 12 of the NPC enemy types that are in this game. They're known as grunts, and I can get them as soon as they fall out of here. I'm going to wall run to get over there faster. And again, as I said, it's online, so sometimes it just doesn't like to cooperate. But it doesn't matter how long you take on the second one, as long as you get the third one as fast as you can. And unfortunately, the lag happens, so here I'm going to pull out this gun as soon as I can, otherwise he's going to just tell me to pull it out. And for this section, for this Titan that's dropping, which is basically a big old mech, I'm going to drop those grenades so it lands on them and explodes. I want to take basically no damage in this section, because if I take any damage, then the whole scenario is going to stop, and for about 10 seconds he's going to tell me about health. And I already know about health, so I don't need to hear about it. So here, this section, this requires me to basically go into multiplayer for this next strat. I had to go into multiplayer and play my last game with a Titan chassis called Strider, which there are 3 different chassis. There's Ogre, Strider, and Atlas. Strider is the fastest, and he has 3 dashes. Atlas has 2 dashes, and Ogre has 1. The game will essentially be describing dashes, but they are just how they sound. You got those 3 little bars down there, and they show how many times you can make a quick dash forward of speed. Here I'm going to be just stepping on them, because you can't through the floor. Shooting these guys as I come by. I missed him. And sometimes just stepping on them is better than shooting them. I wait for that to disappear, because if it doesn't disappear, then you actually can't shoot through it till it's all the way gone. So here's going to be teaching me about the dash. Here while he's talking, usually you're supposed to wait until he stops talking to get all those like things up there, because they'll tell me to dash like left, right, forward, etc. And I want to finish this while he's talking about this dialogue to skip a whole other dialogue.
Good job. Please proceed to the exit. Titans frequently dash.
So here, usually the game wants you to like dash all the way out of these rockets and such, but you don't really need to not get hit by them. You just need to make a slight attempt. As long as you move slightly out of the way, you're good. So for the vortex shield, this guy who's gonna be spewing bullets at me, I forget what the movie this ability is based off of, but essentially this guy is on literally 1 HP, so as soon as I catch 1 bullet, I'm just gonna launch it right back at him so I can sprint. Gonna run right into here and move on. So this is gonna be teaching me about Titan AI control, so I'm just basically going to be doing all of the commands basically to a T. Once I'm able to disembark from my Titan, I will. I can't disembark from my Titan until the little prompt up there at the top left pops up. So for this entire section, while it's telling me about how Titan AI works, I'm essentially just mashing V to get it to swap as fast as possible. And sometimes this even makes it move into the original AI mode, but that doesn't seem to do anything, and that doesn't seem to make it not follow me. So here I'm going to enter through the top, because getting into the Titan from the top is the fastest animation. Alright, and so this is essentially the last part of the entire tutorial. Time is going to be coming up when the screen goes black. So I launch these rockets as soon as I can, because otherwise the guy will tell me to launch my rockets. Essentially the game is always checking ticks for what you've done, or when it needs to tell you how to do something. If you've already done something, then it's just like, oh, I don't need to tell him, he knows what he's doing. So I'm essentially standing here to make the Titan spawn in a space where I want him. I either want him over here in the like little corner over here, or in this one over here. But I prefer the other one. So here essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running up here, taking some damage, and shooting myself in the foot while shooting him. Now, if he is taking damage while this dialogue here procs that basically tells me how shields work with Titans, this guy will just, well, if I don't shoot him before it starts, then he'll just sort of kneel down. But if I shoot him as it starts, then he won't kneel down, which means I can use him to keep like knocking down my health, because this whole section is actually a Titan gauntlet, and the game wants you to get as far as you can, but the speed run essentially goes until until the screen fades to black, and going through the entire gauntlet actually it actually makes it take way longer. So it's better just to get yourself to blow up from him and then wait for the screen to go to black.
Excellent. Your pilot combat certification is complete.
Yeah, so that was Titanfall 1, the tutorial 100%. I really like this category. I ran it all the way until I got to sub 10 minutes. And then I really didn't think I could get any further without some major RNG. So I basically put it down, but I like to come back to it every now and then and see if I can't get a little bit better than 959. All of the Titanfall games, Apex Legends, Titanfall 2, they all are really cool to watch. And Titanfall 1 was really, really nice when it came out. I just wish it had more to it. Well, anyways, that was my submission. Thank you.